recording. Hey, greetings everybody. It's Rob from the 411. We're coming to you sort of live from Dart Bags on Arawana Street, where we are building a podcast studio with Clint Jordan and Lisa, and we are testing this. So you're our guinea pigs. So if I look down, it's because I'm looking at the software and such as we try to modify this. But all that said, I am here with Sammy Vasquez from Delta Security Inc. Hey, welcome back. This is actually our second podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're here to talk today to Sammy about his company, about his nonprofit, and some really cool things he's got going on. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself. So you got quite a story.
Yeah. So I was in the military. I joined the military in 2003. Got out 2012. I did 2 tours in Iraq as a 19 Delta. In 2005, 06, and 2008, 2009. And then I joined WCAP my last couple years, which is the World Class Athlete Program. If you don't know about it. I boxed for the Army, was Olympic alternate in 2012, and decided to get out. I got out of the military because I wanted to pursue my professional career in boxing, and being attached to the military, it's a little hard to get promoters and managers to put money up for you when you have a chance to deploy still.
Is there a prohibition inside for that sponsorship too? Can you collect those funds?
You can, but it's minuscule. You're not going to have a like Top Rank or Golden Boy or like these bigger promotions put up hundreds of thousands of dollars on you. If you're still in the military, you still can get pulled and deploy. And if you have what we call a trigger pulling MOS, you're
likely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I decided to get out in 2012. I signed with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was my promoter. I got up to 9th in the world. I fought on Showtime, Fox, HBO, all that.
I'm in the presence of a bona fide celebrity.
I put my pants on the same way everybody else does, man.
Same.
So it was I had a good run. Met a lot of valuable people, mentors. Obviously, in boxing, you're pretty much a 1099, right? So you make a lump sum of money. You don't get paid again until you fight again. So in that, you have to learn money management, and nobody's there to teach you. So you have like these young kids that are professional, like Shakur Stevenson, and all these other kids that are turned professional. Nobody teaches them money management. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people like myself, you get a big $250,000 check. You're like, oh man, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to do this. But what about investment? You know what I mean? If I get hurt and I can't fight that next fight, now,
money coming in.
Yeah, I don't have the money coming in, so I got to pay my mortgage in advance. I got to pay these bills in advance. You know what I mean? So I had to learn money management. My wife, Delray Vasquez, she's my money manager. I'm not very good with money. I live for today, not tomorrow.
Well, that's good. So it's good that you found somebody who balances that for you.
Yeah, for sure. So I ended up retiring in 2017. I worked for another security company, doing monitoring security, CCTV cameras, and things like that. He helped mentor me into eventually, starting my own company, Delta Security. We're a veteran-owned business. Most of my staff were veterans, and we established that last year of September.
Sammy and Delta are 411 Prime members too.
Yeah.
So 10% of so we're here too to talk about his nonprofit, but you should know too that 10% of your subscription there goes to help group members in need. So we have what I call the Speed to Need program inside the group, where we help with diapers, groceries, utility payments. We bought the other day with some donor contributions too from the group. We bought somebody a pair of steel toe shoes for their new job.
Yeah.
So thank you for supporting that. And let's talk about your nonprofit. You were telling me before about some cool stuff that you're doing with that. So what do you got going on?
And before I say that, I want to acknowledge you for that too, because that's the whole reason why even when you pitched that to me and told me about what your ambition was in the beginning of Prime, because I was with you in the beginning of this.
You were an OG supporter.
So, when you told me what your plan was and what you wanted to do, that was an easy and no-brainer for me to, be able to support, because helping people is, at the end of the day, being small businesses and local, that's what we want to do. We want to help people thrive and grow their business, or, help them get on their feet, because a lot of us get knocked down and don't have no other route to go. You know what I mean? So
Well, and it's how do we compete in this environment too with the big boxes and all that stuff. You want to hear a cool stat?
Yeah.
So since June of last year, we've been tracking the number of requests that come through. So, for example, somebody when we do the tagging and the emailing that we do, if someone requests a security service, I log that activity in a spreadsheet via a form and some cool tech that I've written. Bottom line, since June of last year, we have generated over 5,900. If not 6,000 by before the end of the day, leads for local businesses. I estimate that's at least $4 million in local revenue coming through that group to tell for local businesses.
That's huge.
Yeah, and it also allows me to do some cool pattern analysis, like auto repair. Huge. There's a lot of auto repair requests, hair requests, security cameras. So thank you, and thank you for being a supporter. Thank you for being an OG supporter. And you can check them out on the 411forthe719.com or
Delta Security Facebook page.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So nonprofit.
Yeah. So last year, I had a woman of Jenny Critchlow, amazing person. She reached out to a group similar to the 411, asked about security system. She had another company. I don't want to specify this. Another company that has an orange sign. So she had some issues with her security system, couldn't get it fixed. They were taking a lot of time to come out and fix it. Number one thing for me is customer support. You know what I mean? People should be taken care of. They're paying for a service. They need to be taken care of. And within a 24, 48 hour period. You know what I mean? So she reached out. People eventually just blasted me on the page about, reach out to Sammy with Delta, she reached out, and I asked her, hey, how can I help you? She said, I'm looking for a security system that'll help, with me and my son. I see you're a veteran-owned business. I would love to support a veteran-owned company. And I said, okay, awesome. She's like, my husband was in the Ranger Battalion, and, I just think it would be great to be able to support you as well. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I said, I was deployed in 0506. I said, there were a lot of Ranger guys that we worked with during our deployment. I said, Rangers always led the way. I said, but yeah, I would love to meet you, your husband, and your son on Monday, and we could see, what we could do. She was like, well, unfortunately, my husband passed away October 13, 2022, from severe PTSD. So you won't be able to meet him, but me and my son will be here. And that, initially just crushed me, right? So I'm just like, man, another brother gone, you know what I mean? The effects of war. And I was just like, okay. I said, no worries. I said, I'll see you guys on Monday. So in this, as soon as she said that, I initially, in my mind, I'm like, man, whatever she needs, I'm going to get covered. No problem. I'm going to find local businesses that will help pitch in for this. You know what I mean? She shouldn't have to finance anything to feel secure. She shouldn't be locked into a contract. That's just not how we should treat our own, in the military side of stuff, or even first responders. So I met up with her. She told me what she wanted. I called my financing guys. Like, hey, give her a call. Act like you're going to finance the equipment for her. I said, and then we're going to install it. I said, but I'm going to cover everything for her for free. And he was like, okay, all right, let's do it. So he called her up. He's like, hey, whatever his bill is, and all that stuff. I ended up installing all the equipment. She's like, hey, I never signed anything for the financing side or, my payment. I say, you don't have to worry about it. I said, I gave her a bunch of all the cards that whoever pitched in for the businesses. I said, these are all the people that helped out. I said, all of your equipment cost is covered. You don't got to worry about financing anything, being debt, none of that stuff. I said, I charge $40 a month for the monitoring side, month to month. I said, you'll never be in a contract with me as a company. I said, but this is just a veteran-owned company, making sure you guys are taken care of and secure. That felt really good, and I decided to open up the Gold Star Valor Foundation. That literally, I raised money to help support and secure Gold Star, Blue Star, Silver Star, White Star families. I feel that we shouldn't be locked into a contract for it to feel secure. Make sure it's reliable equipment, and don't do contracts, because contracts for me holds me accountable as an owner to make sure you're taken care of, because at that point you can cancel anytime you want.
That's a good point.
So at that point it's like, hey, I know I'm putting in reputable equipment. I know it's going to take care of you, and I know it's not going to fail on you. Because if it does, you can call me. My personal number, I don't have a business line. I do, but it goes to my personal number anyway. And then if you need help or anything like that, you just call me. I'll get you on a schedule, and it'll be fixed between 24 to 48 hours. You know what I mean? Most companies don't do that. And I try to separate myself from everybody else. I want to be that company that everybody looks for. You know what I mean? In Colorado right now. Eventually, hopefully, across the states.
My contract's up in 90 days. I'm calling you for real.
Yeah.
So I'm calling you. Cool. Okay, so you got this nonprofit. That's awesome. That you're doing those things. You got an event coming up too. Right?
So April 4th and 5th, I have the Gold Star Valor Foundation charity cornhole tournament. April 4th starts at 6:30 at night. It's a Switch Julio. So what that is pretty much you'll have whoever signs up. We'll do a round robin, 4-game round robin. We'll split the bracket to an A side to an B side. So based off of PPR, which is points per round, we'll separate them from an A bracket or A side to a B side. The A players will team up with the B player, so it makes it fair. And then we'll have a bracket, double elimination bracket, to the finals. I have Colorado Cornhole Connection is making custom boards for me for the championship boards, as well as a score tower, as well as throwing mats that has all the sponsors on here. And they're also making my awards. So whoever wins the Switch Julio will get awards, as well as April 5th, I have a doubles and a singles tournament going. So it's from 10 in the morning till 10 at night. I got a lot of veteran-owned businesses as sponsors. Chops Customs, Wackadoo Brewing is coming to do the brews, and they also allowed me to create my own brew called Gold Star Lager. Nice. So they'll be there to selling the brew. 50% will go back to me for the Gold Star side of stuff to help families. Black Hat Distillery is going to be there. I got a veteran-owned barbecue company that's going to be there, as well as a couple food trucks. But you know, raffle prizes, bounce houses for kids, bring the family. You don't have to come and play. I got Squared Away Apparel doing custom jerseys. So I have cornhole jerseys that people can order. I also have a list of all the fallen heroes in Colorado that I'm putting on the back of the jersey. So if you don't have, you don't want to put your last name or a number, you can buy shirts that support all the fallen heroes of Colorado. That's going to be on the back of the jersey. To help support, those families as well. So we have a lot going on, and I just think that it's a family environment, and like I said, you don't have to come to play. You can come just to hang out and just check it out. Get into the raffles. We got a lot of good raffles from local businesses here.
Nice.
That wanted to give some stuff away for free. So yeah.
Well, there you have it. Okay, dates again?
April 4th and April 5th.
April 4th and April 5th. And you're gonna put it on your Facebook page, put it in
Delta Security. Okay. Yeah, Delta Security on my Facebook page. My personal page is Sammy Vasquez. And then the 411, I'll be making another post today on a 411 about it. So it's coming up here, so it'll probably be more consistent.
Okay. Depending on how this went with our everything, it might take me a little bit, but we'll get this content up there and get you a shout out there in the group too.
Yeah,
cool.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, everybody, for listening in. Sammy, thanks for being here and being my guinea pig in this process here. And we'll catch you guys online.